Across the hills and valleys of the Mournes, the countryside is teeming with life. And spring marks the start of the racing season. As well as horses, there's cattle and pets to see. And with a rush of emergency operations to perform, it's a challenging time for the vets. In the centre of Downpatrick, Down Vets is gearing up for another busy day of call-outs and clinic appointments.
Right, we're here to 7.
Vet Maurice King has been running the practice for over 40 years.
Oh, there's a sign something here.
No, not today. I don't need your signature today.
Dealing with up to 50 cases a day are his team of 3 vets and 4 nurses. As well as each other, they know their patients very well.
Daisy, one of the horses isn't that nice, so you'd have to
The horses are perfectly well behaved.
No, one of the male ones, what's his name, isn't.
It's a nice horse.
He's not a nice horse.
It's a nice horse.
Not a nice horse.
They're both nice horses. They have been for 20 years.
This one isn't even 20.
Most of Maurice's staff have been with him for years.
We love each other. We do love each other. There's a lot of love in this clinic. We love each other dearly.
Every day the call-out appointments are shared between 3 of the vets on duty. This morning, Maurice is first on the road.
We're going out to castrate a colt. He's just over a year old, and we try to do that as young as possible because it's less stressful on the horse. Most male horses will end up being castrated, so they will, to avoid unwanted mating with mares. And as they get older, they get more aggressive and can be quite dangerous. They're basically unmanageable stallions. So if they're not intended for breeding, it's imperative that they be castrated.
The call-out is to his stables up in the hills near their smaller practice run by Maurice's son Cahir, who's heading out to give him a hand.
It should be a nice day out, really, and it's really a privilege and a pleasure to work with your parents on certain jobs. It's not something I imagine many people get to do.
Cahir became a vet 14 years ago and has been working with his dad for most of that time.
The classic impression that people would have of working with your parents could be one of conflict. I don't tend to find that so much in this practice. My father is very easygoing.
Waiting at the stables is owner Fergal.
And this is Ollie. I got him at the Tattersall Seals there in February. Hoping for big things, but you never know.
The operation will make Ollie easier to train. If all goes well, he could have a great future as a racehorse worth thousands of pounds.
I was slightly nervous, but I knew Maurice is great at the job, you know. I trust Maurice's expertise.
Right. We just sedated him with a combination of 2 drugs. Gives you better anesthesia and better sedation.
Getting the horse down onto the ground can be risky for the animal and the vet. So like many large animal operations, the horse will remain standing throughout, which means they must get the level of sedation just right.
Horses are prey animals, so they're very attuned to any threatening environment. So when you put a needle into them, their first response is to back off. The drugs we give are very good at just lowering that stress level, taking the adrenaline out of it.
Too little sedation and the horse will move around and could hurt himself or someone else. And a kick from a horse can cause serious damage.
Maybe leave him just 1 more minute. Let him calm down. We're going to just top up his sedation a little bit more.
Once Ollie is sedated at the right level, Maurice will have a small window of time to carry out the surgery. Also out on the road is Maurice's youngest vet, 24-year-old Miriam Campbell. It's calving season. She's been asked to check on some cattle on a remote farm in the foothills of the mountains.
You sort of forget when you're here all the time how lucky we are to work in such a beautiful part of Northern Ireland. We've lovely countryside, we've beaches, we've mountains, and then we're not too far away from Dublin or Belfast if we want to get away, so it's a really, really nice place to work. I've always been somebody who likes the outdoors and likes being active and stuff, and I suppose when I first started I didn't really know where the balance was between work and life, and I found it very mentally stressful. Now I've realised that you have to make time for other things.
The farm in the shadow of the Western Mourns is run by Paul Brennan and his family. Fourth-generation farmers, they still do some things the old way.
So we need to get the embers as hot as we can. This brand has been in our family for many generations, 4 or 5, we think at least. So on it is a JB for John Brennan, my great-grandfather, so this is still his brand we're using.
It's a pain-free way of marking their new flock each spring, before releasing them into the hills where they can roam free for half the year.
You know, this is a thing that's been going on for many, many years, so this is a continuation, and hopefully it'll go to 7, 8, 9 generations.
As well as nearly 400 sheep, the family has a herd of beef cattle that they rely on for their main income. Every year, to keep the farm going strong, Paul needs each one of his 25 cows to deliver a calf. Shouldering this responsibility is Bull Lewis, who was recently put into a field with 7 of Paul's herd to produce some of next year's stock.
All right, I'll give you the plug there and then I'll bring the plug up.
5 of the cows are pregnant, but Paul wants to establish whether the other 2 are also in calf.
What's the story with this one?
She's been bulled a couple of times, but hasn't before.
Right, when was she last bulled?
Maybe a month.
Right, so we can scan her. So we're looking at her reproductive organs. Well, she's definitely not in calf. Why she's not going, it's hard to say. Like, everything looks good, but she's not in calf.
There's no other major problems. Maybe she just hasn't held for the bulls.
It's not the news Paul was hoping for.
What's the story with this one?
She just hasn't.
Right, and when was the last time the bull was with her?
6 weeks, maybe.
If she is.
If she is, yeah.
Yep,
In calf?
she is in calf. Yep, so that's good.
Okay, great.
1 out of 2.
1 out of 2.
50%
That's not too
conception
bad.
rate,
That's
yeah.
not too bad.
So-
I'm happy enough with that. That's next year's work already beginning. So we've got her in calf. So she's a calf still on her. She's now back in calf, and that's hopefully next year's calf. Hopefully on the ground and this time next year.
This extra calf will bring the pregnancies to 24 in all over the last 12 months, almost a full quota. So Lewis has earned his keep for another year. Before Miriam can pack up, there's another one of the herd to be seen. Paul is worried about one of his newborn calves.
This calf's only 2 days old, but he's just been a bit dull of himself. They're just like people, you know, you see them a wee bit off form. So I says, we need to get the vet out and just get a check on him while she was here.
A wee bit acidy there. Is he a wee bit sort of doddery, is he?
Yes, he's just nearly lethargic, you know, just.
What we'll do is I'll give him some antibiotics. Definitely keep him on mummy.
Yeah.
It's just he's a wee bit when he's dottery.
Yeah.
Usually when a calf's dottery like this, they're like what's called acidotic. So it's like us having really, really bad heartburn. They just feel awful. They can be quite sway and weak, and that's exactly what this calf is. So Paul has luckily noticed him quite early, so hopefully he'll be okay.
Back in the morning.
Animals seen to.
You ever seen our view?
Miriam grabs the opportunity to enjoy the surroundings.
That's gorgeous. Oh, it's beautiful. That's the daddy of that calf we just saw.
Yeah, that's him. He has his work done. He's happy enough. He's a great view.
God, he does. And the sheep are beautiful. That's lovely, isn't it?
It's nice to farm with a view.
Oh, definitely. But even on a bad day, that still looks nice.
Yeah, it does,
you know,
yeah.
I would say so.
Endless evenings with holding heaven in our hands.
On the other side of the moorns, Ollie the horse is now sedated at the right level for Morris and Cahir to safely start the operation.
Scalpel in hand, boiler suit. That's how it happens.
First, Morris must cut the skin around the testicles to expose and remove them.
All right, hang on.
They estimate he has 15 minutes before the drugs start to wear off.
I'm pulling on the tail to make him put all the weight on the leg that is closest to the surgeon, so that if he was going to kick, he'll lift the other leg, not this one.
This is the scrotum here, okay. That's one of the testicles there. We will cut there, remove it. Just check that you've got everything you want to. That's it. Out the door.
We'll be needing that again.
That's it.
Morris quickly removes the second testicle, with just a few minutes to spare.
Doesn't get easier, does it?
It's harder work than you think, you know. You actually end up sweating.
Have you got a racing name for him yet, Fergal? You open to suggestions. How about Morris?
Morris was last.
Morris was last, yeah. Well, I like to think it was outstanding, given that I was responsible for the anaesthesia, and as you can see, he's still asleep.
I don't think that's entirely true. I think you'll find I give him the anaesthesia, I also give him the local anaesthetic, and I also castrated him. And I think it was my castration technique actually that won the day.
He's not very practiced at sharing the praise.
He didn't move, didn't even feel it. He doesn't even know he's been castrated. Look at him. He just thinks it's another day. He hasn't missed anything.
There's no I in teamwork.
Did you think he held the tail very well?
Hey, look, if you didn't want it held, I could have just been somewhere else. I could have gone to the pub.
It's very important actually to hold the tail.
I don't know if I'll ever reach the pinnacle of horse castration that's been demonstrated by Dad here, but you know, if I work really hard, study hard, hopefully one day I can be like this.
Very funny, very funny.
Very funny, yeah.
Driving through the seaside town of Newcastle on the way back to the practice,
Look.
Morris spots Cahir's wife.
Hello, Isla King. How did you get on at school this morning?
Yeah, there were a few tears. It's not our
Did you?
favourite place.
Did you learn any sums? I think you did. Ah! You learned some sums, 1 on 1. I'll have to get a big hug. You still like that? Louise is in charge of careers in her school that she teaches in, and she says the interest in the profession has waned dreadfully. Isn't that right?
I know in the last few years we've had no candidates.
Nobody at all for veterinary. So it's not good for the profession. I can't retire.
It seems the life of a country vet isn't for everyone.
It definitely is a vocation. You have to love it to actually undertake it, because it can be quite draining. And if you're not cut out that way, I don't think you're going to tolerate being a vet.
Hello, down vets.
It's the police control room here in Armagh. We're looking your assistance for 2 deer that are trapped in Tullybrannigan Road in Newcastle.
I'm having difficulty in the calendar here.
No bother, I'll come out to you now.
Can you get to me as soon as you can there?
I'll be right out to you, okay?
I reckon the spasms have stopped now. That's in the bigger calf? Yeah. Right. Keep just the vitamin B going into him. And if you're putting milk into him, get a bit of natural yogurt and mix it into the milk.
Further north, on the edge of the mountains, in the town of Castlewellan, is Castle Vets. One of the area's largest vet practices, they are midway through another challenging day.
Castle Veterinary Group Bridges speaking.
At the heart of the rural community, they look after tens of thousands of animals across hundreds of households, farms and small holdings.
It's just hectic. We're here 24/7. For an emergency call at night as well, obviously, we're here.
For receptionist Bridget and the staff, spring means double the workload and up to 50 call-outs a day.
It's busy, more so on the vets. I mean, they don't get an awful lot of sleep some nights.
Well, I just wondered whether the vet had finally given up when I took a look and saw this.
There's 12 vets in practice, 4 clinical directors, and then we have vets that are out on the road. And every year it seems to be more and more staff, more and more organisation.
Martin Fitzpatrick, who was born and grew up in the Mournes, co-founded the practice. This busy routine has been his life for the last 33 years.
At times it can be tough going. Run around the countryside all night, then go out in the rain and do a call maybe in the field and get soaked, come back and do 2 more calls and keep going. And then the next morning, people expect you to turn up for work as normal. You have to enjoy it to do that, and I do enjoy it. But that's why I drink so many cups of coffee.
Hello. Hello, you. Hello.
Head vet nurse Julie Hurst, originally from Lancashire, has worked with Martin for 18 years. Together, they've developed their own way to deal with the workload.
We don't talk to each other. We don't, you know what
Not
we
in
do.
the middle of this here, we get stuck in and get it
We
done.
just crack on and just concentrate what we're doing and then have the crack when we're out there, really.
Come on, Ellie.
Today, Ellie, a trainee sheepdog, is in for an appointment with owner Stephen.
Let's go. Come on. Come on, Ellie.
She's been in an horrific accident.
Let's go. She ripped her leg with wire, so and she kept on pulling and pulling, and she pulled the skin away from her leg.
Ellie was seen by a vet at another clinic a week ago, but her wound has become infected, causing the stitches to burst.
It's pretty bad, so I don't know what really they can do.
Stephen has booked her in to see Martin, who has a reputation as a top-class surgeon, taking on the most challenging cases.
Martin specialises in small animals, so I've took it to see what he can do. I don't think it can be stitched again.
Even before the accident, Ellie had a tough start in life.
There was 6 out of her litter. She got mauled with the rest of them, and she nearly was killed, so then I sort of spoiled her a wee bit more, took her away from them and spoiled her a wee bit more, so. And that's why it's just so hard to train, because she's afraid to do anything wrong, or, you know.
Stephen has 4 collies, and they are much more than just working dogs.
They're good company too to have, you know, it'd be a very long day without your dogs, really. They're a part of your life, and you really appreciate them more when something happens, and you know, so.
Mr. Morning. How are you?
Ellie is booked in for an immediate operation. The hope is it's not too late to save her leg.
That's you.
If the infection gets into the bone and that there, then it's just gone, really.
Within the hour, Ellie is being prepped for surgery by Nurse Julie. she has lots of experience with this kind of injury.
I like wounds as a condition, as a case. You know, I don't want any animal ill, but it's one condition I do quite like treating.
She must first clean the infected wound so Martin can then assess the damage.
I don't quite know what his plan is for this one because there's such severe tissue loss. I don't know how we're going to do it yet.
Complicated surgery on small animals is one of Martin's specialities, but the stakes are high.
Ready to go now.
First, he must scrape the infected flesh off the wound so it doesn't spread or get into Ellie's bones. If it does, Martin will have no option but to amputate.
When you get a wound, you want a fresh wound and you want to get at it. This wound is so long old now, it's just a mess. You know, it really is a mess.
Once the wound is sanitised, Martin must then try to close it up by finding enough skin to stitch together. But it's a challenge. There's very little to work with.
It's just as a real bad place. He got the cut and he just lost a big bit of tissue, which makes it quite difficult. It's a challenge. You're constantly trying to work out what to do and how to do it best. And then if it works, I suppose you get a satisfaction from doing it. And the more difficult it is, the more satisfaction you get, I suppose. That's what it comes down to.
Ellie's worth to her owner, Stephen, isn't lost on the team.
Sheepdogs, as far as I've heard, they're worth an extra man on the farm a lot of the time. You know, a good collie's worth thousands to a farmer.
Very often a collie dog works only for the owner. And it's so difficult to get a good one that they're probably the most valuable thing that's on the farm.
Martin is already running out of skin to patch up Ellie's wound. He can only stretch it so far, or she'll burst her stitches when she walks.
It'd be very unlikely we'd get it all stitched up. I'm just trying to get it as small as I can get it.
I can just read his mind and I know what he's thinking. Just a little bit more, just a bit more.
Have another wee go.
Some of Ellie's wound must remain open until the leg starts to heal. The operation has taken almost 2 hours.
And that's as good as we can do at this stage.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It'll be okay. Say a 4 out of 10.
He's done a really good job, but you just expect that because he does. You know, I've done my best to prep the dog right. He's done his best to do the surgery. It's a team.
If all goes well, Martin will perform further surgery to close up the rest of the wound in a few weeks' time. Only then will they know for sure if he's done enough to save Ellie's leg. At the practice in Downpatrick, pets and their owners are arriving for today's walk-in consultations.
You know, have you been for a wee hairdo?
She gets done every month.
She gets her hair cut more often than I do.
Oh, there you are.
Whiskey, the Chow Chow, has come with owner Gabriel for a checkup on his ears.
Now, let's just have a look in. They're quite mucky.
Chow Chows have narrow ear canals that can be susceptible to infection.
See, it's just an enclosed space and it traps moisture and bugs and, you know, wax can build up. So we'll get that cleared out for you. Are you able to get drops into him at home?
I think so.
I'll show you how to do it, sure. And any problems, just let us know.
The anti-inflammatory drops will clear up any infection and help dissolve the wax.
There you go. Now, that's him all done.
But Whiskey didn't come alone today. Some of his friends have come along for moral support.
They're nice wee dogs. That's a nice dog. That dog there goes one. This fella here. There's 2 cats and 2 donkeys. So 2 pet donkeys. Too much.
And there's one more creature that's here to see the vet. Cahir often deals with the more unusual pets, and his next patient, Rocky, needs his nails clipping.
He's beautiful.
There you
Yeah.
The last time I had them, they were very bad.
Overgrown nails can get trapped in cages and cause injuries. So Rocky the macaw gets a trim every 5 months.
I don't think he appreciates us.
No.
I would wake up in the morning. That's him done. You ready?
I would carry him if I wouldn't carry on, but he's not. He's not.
Chill out. Okay.
I have the butterfly house. I've had lots of parrots. 20 years old. I let him lift in the car, but see, when he's not bad form, you don't. You know, he would bite you. He would just hit you in the ear.
In the country lanes that crisscross the rolling farmland surrounding the Mourns, vet Rachael is out on call. After 9 years in the job, she's the most experienced vet in the Downpatrick team. She thrives on the variety of the work.
You get a real good mixture of different types of farming, like sheepmen and dairy farmers and suckler herds, and you know, you get a nice sort of combination of a whole lot of different things.
She's coming to the end of a 9-hour shift, and her last job of the day is an urgent call-out to a family-run dairy farm that she knows well.
Farmers in general, they know the animals individually, and certainly they're not wanting to see that animal lying suffering. You know, it's not all just about money. There's so much more to it than that.
The farmer suspects that one of his cows has a displaced stomach.
What happens is that it moves to the left-hand side and becomes trapped there and full of gas. You would see it in dairy herds quite commonly. It's after they've calved. It can be an indication that there's a feed problem as well, but it's definitely something that is a serious condition that needs to be rectified. And is she eating nothing now?
Very little.
Farmer Richard first wants Rachael to confirm his suspicions.
I can definitely hear a gassy ping noise, which would be an indication of this displaced stomach.
Yes. And it should not sound gassy there.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't just be the clearest ping in the world, but
Yes.
I do think it, you can have a listen to it there yourself.
To save the cow's life, Rachael must operate immediately and move the stomach back into position by hand.
You're better off opening her up and seeing her, because standing looking at her for a couple more days isn't going to do anything to fix her. I'm just going to give our cow some local. Don't kick me now. I'm now just giving her a wee wash before I open up her left-hand side, and then I'm going to reach right across to the right-hand side and see if I can find this gas-filled stomach. And then I am planning on pulling it back across the right-hand side where it belongs.
Like many large animals, the cow will stay awake and standing for the surgery. And this will make it easier for Rachael to access her stomach.
We'll make a wee incision to start with and we'll see.
Rachael starts to open up the flank of the half-ton cow, but it's very skittish.
Did you get there, Nick?
You're a trump.
Despite the punishing kick, Rachael must quickly get back to work. Richard's dad, Alan, has joined to help them out.
I can't get it to move, and I'm worried about ripping it. So we'll open her on the other side. Don't kick me on this side as well. I'm going to push it through from this side, and I'm going to push it through to Alan.
Rachael can't get the stomach back into position on her own. If she's going to save the cow, she has no choice but to get Alan to help her and guide him through the procedure. They start to feel their way.
Right, Alan, where are you there? You're tickling my elbow. Can you feel my hand? I'm pushing here. Now, you feel a wee thing there, it feels like an ear. This is very hard to explain to somebody that's not a vet. What you're feeling for, what you're wanting them to do. That's you there. Stay there.
At last, they both have hold of the stomach.
Now, pull gently. Pull very, very gently.
Now they must slowly push it back towards Alan's side.
Perfecto. Let me around this way. Let me move your hand now. Excellent. That is us. That's what I want there.
The stomach finally back in position, Rachael can sew up the cow's flanks. But with this kind of major surgery, a full recovery isn't always possible.
You can't expect total success. You're dealing with animals and there can be all sorts of complications, but all you can ask is for a vet to do their best, and Rachel's always impressive.
Stop, Alan, you flatter me. Flattery gets you nowhere.
No, Rachel's a good vet.
So that's her all done for now. You can give her painkillers for a couple of days. They're the most important thing that she needs to get. And it's just a waiting game and see if she comes right. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, thanks.
I've seen worse ones. I got a bit of a kick from our cow there. She got me right square on the inside of my, well, just above my knee on the inside. So I was lucky I wasn't a couple of inches lower, because that would have wrecked my good knee. And that would have been a wee trip to the hospital, I think. Really, really sore. I think it's quite swollen as well.
Being a country vet can be tough, but if it was ever to get too much, Rachael has the perfect escape plan.
My current business plan is to quit vetting and go for a business in the cake making industry. It's Miriam's birthday on Monday, so I'm going to make her a birthday cake. I think I can make that.
Oh, the cat. That's quite cool.
Creepy cat cake.
That's cool.
Miriam has a cat called Geronimo, G. And he has, well, no tail.
He's no tail.
He has no tail.
He's a lovely cat. Lovely cat.
I just have to go and try and work out how to make a cat cake now.
Sit through the cold night and watch the stars go by, and the morning rise.
It's a new day at the Downpatrick practice, and yet another early start for Rachael.
I was up at 7 this morning to finish decorating my cake. Voila. Miriam is 25 today, which is really sad and depressing for the rest of us because we're all old. Only a baby.
Rachael qualified when she was 25, and the last 9 years have often been challenging.
There's a lot of pressure put onto young vets. I think it's a real tough thing to come into. It's very, very hard to get people to trust you, especially if you're young, or if you're young looking even. It can be really frustrating as well, because you know you're going out and you're doing the right thing, but people maybe know me better now. Like our clients know who I am, and you know, that certainly takes a bit of pressure off. There we go. Crafty.
Waiting for their clinic appointments, the patients come in all shapes and sizes. 8-year-old pug Bailey's size is something the vets are aware of.
I don't think he's going to lose weight now. He's a bit sort of lazy, should we say. He doesn't walk too far. So. He's not going to go to the gym. He's not going to swim. But he's happy.
Bailey's been booked in to have his teeth seen to.
Now, he definitely needs them done, possibly a few extractions. He's grossly overweight, so he's a bit of an anaesthetic risk. Well, I've checked his heart out and it sounds okay, so touch wood.
Once the anaesthetic has taken effect, it's Bailey's turn on the operating table. Miriam must monitor his breathing and heart rate throughout.
Pugs just aren't good under anaesthetic. These dogs can overheat, their windpipes can just close down on them. Just like a person, an obese dog is going to be a higher anaesthetic risk. Obviously there's going to be quite a lot of fat just around sort of the throat area, so we just need to be really, really cautious when we're doing this.
Once Bailey's breathing is settled, Nurse Hazel gets started.
Obviously dogs don't brush their own teeth, so they will get dirty. You know, he maybe likes a few tasty things.
Just the way these breeds are made, it makes their mouths a lot more prone to dental disease, just with the shape of them. A lot of them tend to have either an undershot or an overshot jaw, or quite sort of a wide mouth, so the teeth are quite far spaced apart. It's easier then for food to sort of build up in between them.
Cleaning done, Miriam extracts the rotten teeth.
Slow and steady, you don't want the dog to feel this when they wake up.
He needed them out, so he'd feel a lot more comfortable with it. Yeah. He'll be all kissable again. There you are, you're waking it up now.
He's a good boy.
They're such great personalities, aren't they? That's what's the thing about pugs. They're so endearing, they're so friendly, and Bailey's the same. He loves coming in actually, and he's a wee spool of beans. That's you. You're waking it up now, aren't you?
Boy,
that's
Bailey.
him.
Well done.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Yeah, he's so cute. How could you not love that face?
You ready to go out with all the girls tonight now with your fresh breath?
Hey, you'll be out on a date tonight now, Bailey. What's your wee paw?
Owner Paul has already arrived to pick him up.
Yeah, Bailey, there you are. You're standing. Oh, he's a great wee dog, isn't he? All right, Bailey, see you later.
He was a big pup. He was so much bigger than his brothers and sisters. The people we bought him from called him Tank. Doesn't want to walk. Really has to be forced to be walked. If he would just walk a little bit more.
Clinic appointment's almost over. Morris grabs the chance for a chin wag in the car park.
Oh, he knows everybody. Everybody. And he loves the crack. Look at him. They were talking about what's going on in the countryside. Who's doing what, and who's where, who's made money and all the rest of it. Come on in, Morris King. There's jobs to be done. What are we talking about?
You.
No, you weren't. What were you talking about outside?
We're criticising farmers. That's what we're doing, as usual.
I said there was work to be done and you were dodging it.
I have all the work done this morning. The more work done the whole lot is put together.
There you are.
My EP is phenomenal. What's EP?
I have no idea.
Earning power.
Oh, earning power. Oh, good grief.
These just piddle around making pennies. I make pounds.
It's the weekend, and Morris is planning to use some of those pounds for a flutter at Downpatrick's racetrack. It's the Ulster National Horse Race, one of the highlights of the local racing calendar. It's a chance for Morris to catch up with customers.
I'll give you a shout someday I'm Downpatrick. I'll have a time for you anyway.
His old friend Peter is the race general manager, and they're hoping to combine their vast knowledge to pick a winner.
As a vet, my clinical experience is of no value whatsoever in predicting which horse is going to win a race.
I never knew that.
But I'm tempted to go with Davy Russell's horse, our Sam, trained by Gordon Elliott. He's on form, he's a class jockey, he's well enough handicapped, the going suits him. So that's my pick anyway, number 3. And also, there's another connection. Myself and Peter once owned a horse.
Called House Sam?
Called House Sam.
But never ran.
They never ran and never won a race, but...
We never even got on the track.
Never got a track. But we are sentimental. So, for me, it's our Sam.
I'm going for Poor Man's Hill. He will carry my £5 each way.
He has more money than me.
I wish I had.
It's time for the race.
2.5 expect to Oscar Lester. The Denny's spinning with the final 4 performance in on Sam Tubbs and Jack on dress.
1 lap to go, and Morris is feeling confident.
Settled very well. Just that he's in behind the leader, so he is, but he's not under pressure. He's fine. I'd be very happy with his run.
As luck has it, both their horses are near the front of the pack.
Stay up, stay up, stay up.
Morris's Out Sam comes second, beaten on the last stretch. By Poorman's Hill, Peter's horse.
But I still declare my horse was a better horse.
It's the rub of the green. These things happen in racing.
It's not always the best horse, the best turned out horse, the best looking horse that wins. It's the lucky horse.
Luck wasn't on his side, but it's been a good day for Morris.
I've met at least 100 people that I've treated their animals for here today. Sometimes it's worked out, sometimes it hasn't. But we're all still friends.
Hello, Rachel.
No, it's Nuala.
Hey, Nuala, you're not in the surgery, are you?
I am actually. I'm in here with the cat.
Good girl, that's great. Well, listen, I'll be in shortly.
Okay.
Good girl.
I don't know if I was speaking to you the other day about my cat going missing over a week ago.
Oh, okay.
Well, he came back at 3 o'clock this morning.
Oh, he did not, the wee monkey.
I think he's injured.
Okay, is he okay? We'll have a look at him for you and see what's going on.
Hi, sorry, I was just waiting to hear if Bailey was allowed home today.
The vet is very happy to send Bailey home.
Oh, that's fantastic. Can I collect her at any stage?
Any time before 7 o'clock tonight.
Oh, don't worry, it'll be long before that. Thank you.
This morning in Downpatrick, Morris and Rachel are heading out together.
My boot is very tidy. Know where everything is. Much, much tidier than typical vet's boot.
Okay.
Working in tandem means Morris can share his knowledge and guide his team through the rigours of the job. Today, they've been asked to castrate another horse.
We'll probably let Rachael do the surgery and I'll just monitor the anaesthesia.
This time, it's a much riskier procedure, as the horse is already 4 years old.
The older they are, the more risk there is with the actual operation. Sometimes a small bowel will prolapse into the scrotum. The older they are, the more likely that is to happen. Now, if that happens when the horse is standing, that can be fatal. So we may have to actually sedate him and then put him down flat and castrate him that way.
Locating your patient in these parts is often the vet's first challenge.
I don't think this is the right place, is it? I think we'll go in there and turn. We'll get there. We'll try this one. One horse. We found him. We always get our man, horse, dog, whatever.
Jack's been kept as a breeding stallion, and they want to train him up as a riding horse, but he's become too difficult to manage. Weighing in at 600 kilos, he's going to need some careful handling.
Don't stand on my toe. We're going to put him down. We'll sit in first, and then we'll put him down this garden here.
To get the horse down on the ground, Morris uses a powerful sedative called ketamine. They must get the amount just right, so Jack doesn't hurt himself going down, and so he stays under long enough to perform the operation. Trainee nurse Ruth has come along to lend a hand. They wait for it to take effect. They estimate how much time they have.
About 20 minutes of anaesthetic with giving him ketamine, so we need to get him done quite quickly.
They want to keep Jack under for as little time as necessary.
Do you have enough of that? Okay. We've got one off, so we're just going to do the other one. Broke.
But 10 minutes in, and he's starting to come round.
Okay, he's just moving a wee bit.
Morris decides to carefully top up his sedation. Too much ketamine at once could kill the horse.
Hold tight onto his leg. Do not let him kick me in the face. That's us now.
Rachael has now removed both testicles.
Defending articles.
So we're just waiting for him to recover, but horses can have quite bad recovery, so what we're doing is just hold him down so we can try and control him when he does go to get up. Easy boy, oh.
The castration has taken less than 20 minutes. They wait for Jack to recover.
He's all right, like.
Complications are rare, but Rachael notices something's wrong.
All right.
And asks Morris to confirm her suspicions. It's the worst possible scenario. Jack has had a herniation and his internal organs are coming through.
What, ketamine entry?
They need to sedate Jack again, and fast. It's an emergency situation. Jack must be urgently transported to the specialist horse clinic in nearby Tullyrain.
We have just come out to do a gelding on a 4-year-old horse who's just herniated his intestines.
25 minutes away, Tullyrain Equine Clinic is one of the top horse practices in the region, taking care of many of the country's thoroughbreds. Jack is rushed straight to their operating theatre. It's now a race to try and save his life.
This is an emergency situation because the intestine came through, so it is an emergency to put it back and to stitch it.
Inge de Haas, the most experienced surgeon at the practice, will lead the operation.
It's imperative that we work as cleanly and as sterilely as we can, because if there's infection sets into your abdomen, you're talking about peritonitis and you might very easily lose a horse. Yeah. This is all bowel. That should not be here. So it's come through a very narrow window.
It's a complex injury to put right and takes Inge nearly an hour to perform the surgery. The anaesthetic is stretched to its limit.
You wouldn't want them to be any longer than an hour down on triple drip anyway.
Getting there now, but that's it, I think.
Everything back in the right place, Inge stitches Jack up.
Right, now we have to move him back to the recovery box. I feel sorry for the vets that are asked to do this. You want to make sure that you have done everything you could as best as you can in the circumstances, you know, and Rachael has done that. It just, the circumstances went against her.
For Morris, it's one of the toughest call-outs they've ever had.
I've seen that herniation of the bowel twice in my lifetime. If you haven't seen it, you haven't done enough castrations, basically. We would advise the owners of the risk accordingly. But when it does happen, to get a result, you have to act quite quickly, immediately. And if you do that, and things are in your favour, you will get a good result. There are always things that can go wrong, and it's Murphy's Law. If they can go wrong, they do go wrong.
Jack will be closely monitored at the clinic over the next week. But it will be days before they know if he'll make a full recovery. A few miles south, in the rolling fields below the Mourne Mountains, sheep farmer Stephen is surveying his land and his flock of sheep.
This is really our homestead, this part of the land. And it runs just down to that old house. That's where I lived till I was 15. We only got the electricity into it about 7 or 8 years before that. So it was quite a rural house, which was great too because I had that experience.
It's been 10 days since Stephen picked up his collie Ellie after her second operation, where Martin managed to completely close up her wound and save her leg.
Come on, Ellie.
But it will be a long recovery. He'd been hoping to train her up to bolster his team of working dogs, but she's been confined to the kennels to allow her leg time to heal.
You just don't like the thought of them having to be closed up and you know they're not happy.
Her bandages need changing regularly, and it could be 6 weeks before they're taken off.
Secure.
It's a frustrating setback in her training.
It's time lost, really. But she'll regain it again, you know. It'll make her more determined, probably.
Sit and stay, Bassie. Stay. Stay, Bassie.
For now, his lead collie, Bassie, helps him to keep the sheep in check.
They never seem to judge you or, you know, they always seem to like you. No matter what, matter if you scold them and not there, they'll bounce back again and as if nothing's ever happened, and all they're looking for is a bit of affection. Hello, boy.
At the practice in Downpatrick, it's Miriam's birthday.
She's very talented. I think she could be a cake maker and a vet.
Oh, no, just cake maker.
Oh, you're not a vet anymore.
I just want to make cakes.
There she's now.
Oh, brilliant. Miriam, there's an emergency upstairs. I know, I was freaking Geronimo.
Oh, Geronimo's
got no tail.
Yes, no tail.
Wow, Fro. You're a birthday girl. Hey, Stevie, you drinking my tea? We can make another cup, can't we?
At Donald Riding School near Castlewellan, there's further cause for celebration. It's 6 weeks since his operation, and Jack has made a full recovery, to the delight of owner John.
I don't know what we would have done if we lost him. But thankfully we didn't.
Not only is he back on his feet, he's already on his way to finally becoming a riding horse.
He wasn't a bad horse, he's just very highly strung. But now his temperament, that's changed a whole lot.
Good boy, Jack.
Good boy, walk on. Talk to him there, Hannah, talk to him. Good boy.
It was handier and more convenient for us to castrate him at home. And Morris and Rachel said there's an older horse, there's more of a risk of them having complications with that operation. But we thought we'd just take the risk with him. And the vets, they done a fantastic job acting so fast. In a way, they did save Jack's life too.
Good boy, Jack. Good boy, walk on. Walk on.
And in the Mourne lowlands, one man and his best friend are finally reunited.
Come by, Ellie. Come by. So glad it's all over. Once I took the collar off her, it was fantastic just to get it off her. Come here, Ellie. She's just gone through so much, and I believe there's a good dog in there. It's just getting it out.
Hello, Cahir speaking. How can I help?
Are you busy at the minute?
I'm always busy, Eileen, but for you I've got time. What can I do for you?